tournament, he feels that Mumbai Indians have probably been a little better than CSK. I have young Sahil Sajan as an analyst. We might be joined by Amanda, as well as I can see a very, very happy Arnav. Let me come to you, Sahil. 218 runs on the board after the end of the 20 overs. Did you give a chance to Mumbai?
I definitely did give a chance to him. I mean, you saw the wicket. You saw the way Ambati Rayudu was hitting right, left, and center. He was hitting the best bowler, Jasprit Bumrah, out of the park. It's not easy to hit Bumrah. So I definitely gave Mumbai a chance, not just because Pollard scored 87. The wicket was like that. But when they were like only 90 in 11 overs, I felt like the game was out of hand. But then I switched off the TV. Then I come back to 18 overs. Pollard the game. So definitely there was a chance, and Pollard did it. Can't say much.
All right, Arnav, you must be a very happy chap today. Mumbai Indians doing what they've been known to doing to a lot of teams. But what do you think was the difference between the two teams?
I really think the batting Pollard did was spectacular. 'Cause the way he was hitting the ball was out of this world. And you have to give credit where it's due to the Pandya brothers as well, because they actually played a good role with him. They were rotating strikes with him. And then if you see Hardik Pandya scored 16 of 6, which was very crucial to take off the pressure of Pollard.
All right, Arjun, I know you are unhappy today for a change, but that's the way the beauty of this T20 and IPL is that sometimes you might have a good day, sometimes you might have an off day. And today you can say that you got the best match of the tournament. In the end, Mumbai was better, but do you feel the catch of Faf du Plessis cost you the game?
Can you repeat the catch of something? I couldn't hear that.
Drop catch by Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, I think that was like a game changer. If he would have caught that, it would have been over for Mumbai Indians. But sometimes things happen, and sometimes, when I look at a match that CSK has lost, I always think of if something didn't happen, then CSK would have won. And I think this was that moment. Faf du Plessis actually dropping Pollard, that was the moment where I realized, yep, now the match is over. If that would have happened, it would have been fine, but now it's over.
All right, I understand what your feelings are. Kyle, let me come to you again. Today Ambati Rayudu played in innings and reminded that he is something special. He scored some 74 runs of 24 balls. What must be that guy feeling in the CSK camp today?
Yeah, definitely must be feeling sad. This was the first game that he performed well for Chennai Super Kings this season. So, you really feel for him. He was hitting Bumrah like Bumrah was some club bowler. It's not easy to hit Bumrah, like I said before. He's one of the best bowlers in the world, and Ambati Rayudu was hitting him out of the park. So I definitely feel for him because it was his first game that he performed well. But I think Chennai have all veterans in their team, so their head will be high. So I don't think they feel so bad about it. Definitely, they'll be fine.
I don't know. I want to ask you an honest question. I actually feel that you understand cricket. You played cricket at the highest level. But before Arnav, I want to welcome Amanda. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We were asking for a blockbuster game, an El Clasico. Everything was there in today's game. How would you sum it up?
Honestly, it was dominated by Pollard, similarly to how RCB was dominated by Jadeja that one match. This time Pollard came in, took 2 wickets, changed the game completely, bagged all the awards as well. So I think hats off to him. I think he changed the game, but we also have to give credit to Rohit and Dekok for opening well and giving them a pretty decent start in the power play. I mean, they weren't, their run rate was about 10 until like the 8th over, if I'm not wrong, and then they sort of collapsed. But credit to them, and definitely Pollard. That was what an innings.
I will come to you again, Amanda. I also want to ask one more question to Arnav. He plays cricket at the highest level in Mumbai. Arnav, you must have seen the last ball when 2 runs were required.
Yeah.
And Dhawal Kulkarni, as soon as before in fact the ball was bowled by Ngidi, he was halfway down the crease. Now, if you remember, there was a case of Ravi Ashwin who had done Mankad to Josh Butler. So there was a lot of hue and cry that how can you do this, Mankad? It's against the spirit of the game. Now tell me something, if you are the bowler and you see the batsman halfway down, shouldn't there be a rule that you put 5 runs penalty or whatever it is? Because Faf du Plessis' throw was at the non-striker's end. And had he not run before the ball was released, you think he would have made that 2 runs? Are you allowed to take such an extra yard? Honestly, not as a Mumbai fan. Answer me as an honest cricketer.
No, it's within the rules of the games to Mankad. So it's even if it's not in the spirit of the game, you're doing something for your team. So I don't think it's I think Luke Ngidi could have taken given him a warning, and he wouldn't have run for the gone for the double. I think because I think he would have got run out. I don't think he would have reached it because the throw was really good, and if he didn't take because he was halfway, so maybe that made the difference.
I'm glad you gave me a very honest answer. Let me come to Sahil again. Sahil, this point we've been talking about it. Like Arnav said, let him give a warning. Why give a warning? I mean, this is in the rule books. You make the run, you can hug the your next player and say, "Oh wow, we have won." If you get the batsman run out, there is a hue and cry. And why don't you give a penalty for the opposite player? Because they have won a match. This could have gone either ways.
I definitely agree about that. The player should not be allowed to take a massive start from the non-strikers end. But you see, that situation, you cannot expect the bowler to now judge how Dhawal Kulkarni is going to run. It's a pressure moment. 2 runs of 1 ball. So it's should the umpire notice this, or should the bowler notice this? I don't really know what to say about this, but you cannot expect Ngidi at that situation to stop the bowler. He's just thinking, oh my God, how do I stop Pollard to hit runs? That's the thing. But I think the umpire should intervene in this on how to stop the batsman from taking a massive start.
All right, let me come to Amanda here. Amanda, I am sure you've heard my conversation. When a bowler just marginally steps, he's given a no ball. But when a non-striker backs up almost 3-4 yards, you just give him a warning, or like Sahil mentioned, you can't keep an eye on the non-striker. Don't you think the umpire can keep an eye on the non-striker? Is it allowed?
Yeah. I've honestly, since that that day that Ashwin man-carded I forgot the batsman,
Butler.
but yeah, Butler. I was always for it. I was never against it because there were a lot of people trolling him at the time saying, what is this? This is against the game. But I was always for it because you can't get such a start from the non-strikers end, because you're basically, if you go halfway down the pitch while the bowler's bowling the ball, you run half a run, which is unacceptable. And I think we've seen that in another game, I think Mumbai, I think this IPL as well. I think Pollard was on the non-strikers end and he took a massive start and everyone pointed that out. So that's
absolutely.
It's unacceptable. I mean, it's against the rules of the game to get such a massive start when you're on the non-strikers end. And plus, it's really difficult, I think, for the fast bowlers to man-card someone, because with the run-up they take, it's you can't really observe the non-striker. So I think the umpire should keep an eye on that and point it out the next few matches, the next games, every game after that.
Yeah, Arnav, do you think CSK will come back in the next game?
For sure, they are a very good team, a very good batting. Their batting is very good. You see, they scored 212 after the start. They got a good start, but Moeen Ali and Faf du Plessis wickets, which fell in the middle overs. After that, maybe I was expecting them to score 180, 170, 180, not above 180. But the way Ambati Rayudu batted was tremendous. Really, really good hitting.
Okay, Arjan, are you unhappy for Ambati Rayudu? He played such a brilliant knock, but in the end, he had to be on the losing side. What would you like to say about his innings?
His innings was crazy. But how could Chennai not win this match? I mean, I ask you. They hit more sixes, like almost as many fours, just I think one less. How? They had such a brilliant knock from Ambati Raidu. Faf and Moin also were doing exceptionally well. How could this happen? It struck me. How, man?
I understand your emotions, Arjun. One day, probably CSK. You remember when you were a young child, there are many a times MS Dhoni has done this to what today Pollard has done. So that's how it happens. There are days when you have everything going your way, and it was Pollard's day, the dropped catch. And there are many things, the no balls, and too many things went against CSK. But in the end, you have to give credit to the team which actually deserved. I would not use the word deserve, which were probably one notch ahead of CSK. Anyway, you shouldn't be disappointed. Your team must have lost off on the field, but you have been winning off the field on this show every day, aren't you? So let me ask you some interesting questions. Arnav, are you ready to take on the CSK MS Dhoni? Arnav,
For sure. Yeah.
Arjan, ready? So Sahil, you will be with Arnav. Amanda, you will be with Arjan. Amanda, are you ready? I want a blockbuster. I want an El Clasico off the field. It's going to be feisty and fun questions, but very, very bouncy questions. Arjan, my first question to you. Who was the bowler when Fab du Plessis dropped the catch of the dangerous Pollard?
Shardul Thakur.
Well done. Is it right, my dear Amanda?
Yeah.
That's 1-0. Pressure on Arnav. Can Pollard hit the six? Let me ask this. Let me ask you, who was the most expensive bowler for Mumbai today? Quickly.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Can you believe that, Sahil? The most expensive bowler for Mumbai was who? Do you know what was his analysis, Arnav?
Yeah, 56 in 4
Can you
overs
tell
for
it?
a wicket.
Can our fans and the listeners on this show know?
56 in
4
4 overs
overs
and a wicket.
And I had just told on a radio show that I hope I don't jinx him, and I actually jinxed him. But he must be now smiling that his team has won. So it's 1-1. My dear MS Dhoni, Arjan, are you ready? Amanda, are you ready? All right. My question to Arjan. How many runs did Moin Ali score today?
58.
Amanda, can I lock it?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, it's 58. I thought he scored 36.
He definitely scored a 50. I know that.
He scored a 50. He scored 58 up 36 balls. Well done, Arjan. 2-1 up. It's pressure again on Pollard and Sahil. Okay, my second question to you. Who took the wicket of Quinton de Kock?
Moin Ali.
Look at your screen. No problem. No problem.
No, I don't
Sahil
know.
is saying Ali. That's
Moin
fine.
Ali.
Is it true, Sahil?
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
Okay, 2-2. My third question to you. Some critics feel there was a mistake done by Dhoni. Moin Ali bowled how many overs in this match? Come on, Arjan. Give it a shot. I'll give you options. He bowled 3, 2, or 1. How many overs he bowled?
3.
Do you want to support him, Amanda? Can you bail him out?
Yeah, he bowled 1 over.
How can he bowl 1 over, 1 over, 1 run, 1 wicket? I think we are all making a mistake. Arjan is right, probably. How can a bowler bowl 1 over, 1 run, 1 wicket and not bowl the second over when you?
I saw that he
Dhoni made a
bowled 1
mistake.
over.
What?
Arjan, Dhoni made a mistake.
What?
Big
Will you
mistake.
say Dhoni made a mistake?
Dhoni made a very big mistake.
There comes. But I'll give it to you. 3-all. Sorry, 3-2. Arjan. Sorry, Arnav. You need to take this, okay? There was an over of Jadeja, and I'll tell you which over too. It was an over bowled by Jadeja in the 13th over. He gave how many runs? 18, 20, and 22. That
I
gave
know
the
he-
momentum.
I know he had 3 sixes in the over.
I've given you 3 choices. You have Sahil to help you. Sahil, 18, 20 or 22.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
He got hit
Come
for 3
on,
sixes
log
in
into
the
it.
over.
So you can make your judgment 18, 20 या 22. क्या तुम्हें CSK की हेल्प चाहिए इसमें? जड्डू की हेल्प चाहिए?
I think
I
20,
think-
Sahil.
20 runs, 20 runs.
22 maybe.
See, Arjan is saying 22. Do you want help from him? What do you want, guys? आपको
Let's go
सामने वाला
20.
help कर रहा है.
20.
20.
Shall I lock it at 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 all. Wow. So this is an El Clasico. Wow. So now this is going to be one question. Either one of you all can answer. It's going to be just one question. Whosoever says the answer goes through in this match. Okay? Because I can't give it to the winning team because it was too close to give it to the winning team. Generally, I give it if it's a 3 all. Let me see who pulls this off. All right? The question goes. Let's give a countdown. 1, 2, 3. All right. How many balls did Ambati Raidu take for his 72 runs? Quickly.
27.
Arjan.
Ah,
बाजी मार गए.
I
Hari
raised my
bazi
hand.
ko. Oh, I didn't see you, Amanda. You should have answered, no?
No, it's okay.
That I said, कोई भी बोल सकता है, but मुझे आज कहना पड़ेगा. हारी बाजी को जीतना मुंबई को आता है. अर्जान, होता है. बड़े बड़े देशों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है, right?
yes.
Don't worry. Chin up. You are my fan of the week for last week. You can come back. So let us give it to Mumbai. Let's clap for Mumbai. Come on, Arjan. They deserve to win. Thank you very much, guys. Like the match. We had a fantastic off-the-field show. But Mumbai ने Pollard haste किया और बाजी लेके गए. But Arnav, well played. Arjan, you can come back. Amanda, thank you for your time. I hope you like the show. We'll see you again. Take care, Sahil.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait,
Bye.
Arjun, I thought you were a Mumbai fan.
Ah,
Yeah,
no
so-
way.
No?
He's a
He is
CSK
a
fan.
die-hard CSK.
Die-hard
Oh,
CSK
wow.
fan.
The world knows
supported-
he's a CSK fan.
So he supported Mumbai in the finals because CSK wasn't there. And yeah, he I'll not say he cheated a bit, but yeah, he switched over mid-season last year
That's fine.
because
That's fine. If the
Pune
team
was
is
doing
not there,
really
he can
bad.
switch.
Yeah, so
I-
switched
I
over.
can see today.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
say,
thought
Amanda.
I saw him on TV as a Mumbai fan because didn't he used to come on NDTV?
Yeah, once
he-
I did it as a Mumbai fan, but all the others were just CSK.
Yeah, so I think
You know
I
what?
was with you and I remembered you as a Mumbai fan.
You know what? Next time, Arjan, what I want to do is you probably be a Mumbai fan and give wrong ideas to Rohit Sharma. वो गलती कर दे.
I
क्या
think
बोलता है?
he overshot his confidence today. Whole that watermelon thing is biting us really bad. There are too many people we poked with the watermelon slicing, and it's come to bite us today.
होता है. That's what is the beauty of IPL. But great show, guys. Take good care of yourselves. We'll catch you soon. All right. There's another El Clasico coming very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.